What's good, everybody? It's your boy Batman, and we're going to be finally concluding this series of Saitama versus Goku. What is the overall true answer? Who actually wins if they want to fight it out? So we're going to be diving into Seth. He's going to be arguing in favor for Goku. He's going to be talking about both characters, but I already know he's going for Goku as for the winner. Our previous two videos, the first one we talked about was a guy that was basically saying it was pointless to even debate about, yada yada, had his whole side of things, just kind of give you more perspective. The second video we covered was heavily on Saitama's side of why he would win, basically. And then briefly talking about Goku and comparing and contrasting. This video is basically going to be the same as the last video we saw, but instead it's going to be more in favor for Goku. So this way you guys get a mix of arguments, mixture of perspectives and information. And then after this video, let me know who you really think takes it at the end of the day. So we're going to analyze all of Seth's arguments. If I have anything really to say or kind of talk about, or maybe whatever, I'll talk about it. But yeah, let's dive into this video. I don't want to make it too long. It's gonna be a 20-minute, 30 seconds video. Anyways, we react to it and let's get it. If you guys also, if you don't know who he is, SETHTHEPROGRAMMER, you're capping. Check him out. He has incredible content, anime content. Mainly Naruto stuff as well. Like you name it, it's really really good stuff. So if you don't know who he is, definitely check him out. He's doing his thing, growing slowly but surely, and etc. So let's get into it.
June 5th, 2021, I uploaded Goku vs. Saitama, The Honest Truth, which
yes, you
I gave
did.
my honest opinion on the scaling of Goku and Saitama and compared them, what I thought of the entire argument, etc. We went over Saitama being an endgame level protag at the start of his story, and how he had a lot more to show us in the future. The conclusion of that video was that unfortunately at the time, Saitama had not shown enough for us to really concretely say for 100% certainty what his maximum strength was, and Goku at the moment had shown more powerful things. But as of the writing of this video on August 15th, 2022, Saitama has in fact shown his true strength against an opponent known as Cosmic Fear Garo. This is the manga adaptation of the webcomic battle, but now with massively higher feats, scaling, lore, implications, and so on than the original. So, to answer the title of this video, yes, everything has in fact changed. One thing I want to preface with this video is I'm not making this to dunk on any fandom or be too crazy with this update video. These days it seems like I'm kind of in everyone's head when it comes to Goku versus Saitama, and whether it's people that love my opinion or even despise it. It seems they both equally want to hear what I have to say about the new chapters of One Punch Man and how it applies to my previous works. Some people even going as so far as to say that me not talking about it is a huge problem. I think the most titanic change to the debate at
I'm gonna say something right now. This motherfucker doesn't owe you guys anything. You know what I mean? Like, obviously he's where he's at because of you guys, his fans, the community, etc. So, and I know he's grateful for that, and I know he respects that as well. But then you have some fans or certain people in your community that really take it to a whole other extent and just say, like, we demand your response to this, or you are absolutely obligated. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. Like, he's not obligated to do anything. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, if he doesn't even want to talk about it, or if some time has gone by, who cares? If that is bothering you or anyone, like, there's something wrong with you. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta relax. That's all I'll say on that. But no, what the hell? Like, that's literally entitlement right there.
Concerning Goku versus Saitama, as it seems that one-shots everyone because it's funny argument people have been running has been severely crippled by the new chapters, with Saitama having an actual serious full-power battle against Garo, and not only meeting someone who could reach and understand his level, but having to become stronger to defeat Garo mid-fight.
So one thing I'll say on that, if one argument you can have for Saitama that you were kind of really seeing in the first video and everything, is if we're talking about maybe Goku being in Saitama's universe, that could potentially happen. The writing and everything could easily make it to the point where he just one-shots Goku. It is what it is. And then vice versa. If Saitama was to end up in Goku's universe, Goku would more than likely win, yada yada, etc. Whatever, just due to the narrative writing, and whatnot. So, I don't know about all that. You could argue it in certain ways. Then another thing, if you analyze what was seen in all the arguments that was done in the second video that we reacted to for this whole series of Goku versus Saitama. Okay, based from those arguments to where Saitama could just instantaneously grow exponentially and just get way over Goku and better yet, one-shot him. You know, like, so you could definitely still argue that. You know what I mean? It's definitely not the case, but that's just me. You know, it is what it is. At the end of the day, like I told you guys, I don't care about this topic.
Implying he wasn't strong enough to one-shot him whenever he wanted to at that point of growth. The fight also, while having some comedic moments such as Saitama kicking away hyperspace gates or farting back to the battlefield, was overall much more serious in tone, with Saitama being stated by the narrator to actually be so emotional that it's increasing his powers as he fights. Fun fact about that farting back to the fight moment, by the way, did you know that a long time ago, Murata, the artist of One Punch Man, was actually asked what would have happened if Boros kicked Saitama into space, but he didn't slam into the moon, and it was actually said that Saitama probably would have just farted back to Earth or something, so that scene was actually kind of a pretty funny callback, and very Murata-esque for those that keep up with all the interviews. The only other argument people have now for Saitama being a limitless, omnipotent god one-shot character is that while fighting Garo, Garo states he has limitless power and limitlessly grows stronger. However, this limitless is clearly not some level of omnipotence or above fiction-level power, and the limitlessly growing stronger statement we actually see being highly linear and quantifiable when shown on an actual graph. Others have pointed out that some of these lines...
No, I would disagree with that. It's not quantifiable because obviously it's clearly showing that it's going up and up and up and up and just continues to grow endlessly. You know what I mean? So it's not quantifiable. You can't quantify that. You don't know where the hell he just keeps growing in more power. He gets more and more and more stronger. And it's shown over and over and over to the point where he's able to fucking manipulate time and alter reality and get so strong and he just fucking destroys him. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know about all that. Like, that's a little ignorant, but whatever.
Lines are actually mistranslated, with the Ra's more so being Garo just calling Saitama very strong, etc., which probably makes more sense. Saitama growing stronger during fights, of course, doesn't mean he can one-shot anybody in fiction either, and even within Dragon Ball, such as Broly, who goes from the likes of base Vegeta to requiring a fusion of both Goku and Vegeta and Super Saiyan Blue to defeat in probably a matter of minutes. Even Super Saiyan 1 through 3 is a 400 times difference by itself, with then Super Saiyan God being able to one-shot Super Saiyan 3, and Blue being over 50 times stronger than Super Saiyan God, due to just literally being Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. With their fusion being their power levels quite literally just multiply.
Alive with the.
But see, Seth is kind of dunking on himself right now, deadass. Like, he just clearly showed an example of what we actually could see with Saitama, to where it's showing the whole Broly thing, you know what I mean? And where Broly's getting stronger and stronger, you know what I mean? And then literally to the point where it takes him to go into fusion, and then finally, you know what I mean? Like, and then eventually it's a conclusion, and Broly loses, you know what I mean? But like, that's crazy, you know? Like, you're talking about Vegeta and Goku at that point that where they're really fucking powerful and strong, you know? So it's like, Saitama literally works in the same exact manner, to where he literally fights, and even if you are strong or whatever, he just keeps growing and just doesn't stop. You know, like, so it just basically be the same result, but the only difference is Broly's not going to just lose. Well, you know, the only difference is he's not just going to like end up exhausted or is on a timer or fatigue like Broly or even Vegeta and Goku with their fusion and all that. He'll just keep growing. You know, like, and then he just basically surpasses whoever he's fighting, at least if you're utilizing that method of an argument. So, I don't know. That kind of like, he's kind of debunking himself in a sense, if that makes sense. If you guys get him. Unless I'm reading it wrong or I'm hearing him incorrectly, you know, but I'm just saying. Because he just went from showing the Broly thing, and now he's going from showing all the multipliers and how much stronger you are with each, you know, form. And I believe he's going to basically say, like, how far Goku is from Saitama. I believe that's where he's going with this. And either way, it doesn't matter, once again, because you just showed the whole Broly thing. That doesn't help you.
Together, which exceeded over 3 million even back during the Namek saga in Dragon Ball Z, let alone Super. You can see why Broly's increase is actually pretty insane, and
it's crazy.
More impressive than the likes of Saitama and growing a few times stronger on this graph. Now, you might be
Not
thinking
really.
that, well,
It's
Broly
the same shit. Okay, you can't compare and contrast those two things. There's literally no way to compare and contrast that, bro. It's not even quantifiable. You know what I mean? Like, for all we know, Goku and Vegeta were clearly holding back. They didn't just immediately go full power or full fusion. Because if they did, Broly would have died. Instant death. You know what I mean? Like, they were fighting, having fun, doing what they normally do. Broly kept getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And then, went from there. If it's an in-character fight and Goku's doing the same shit with Saitama, Saitama will surpass him and he will kill him. It's that fucking simple. You know what I mean? Like, and then even if it is a bloodlusted Goku, there's still even arguments for Saitama to still be fine and get hit and then immediately get way more stronger from literally what that he just exploited with that hit, and then he still kills him. It's all in the second video, by the way, which that second video, if you guys want to watch it and check it out, I'll post that in the link in the description down below for this reaction video. And you guys can see all those arguments and everything, yada yada, why Saitama basically should still be able to beat Goku, even if Goku is stronger. And so on and so forth. And even if he was either bloodlusted or, if it's in character, Saitama definitely wins. If it's bloodlusted, that can go either way. You can it's either Saitama gets one shot, that's it, or because of his hacks, and how he was in the other fight before, and with all that evidence and argument, he would just take the hit and then, just grow and then surpasses. That's literally what happens. You know what I mean? Like, and just to give you a little sneak peek of that argument, Garo copied his level of power exactly and squared it, times it by 2, okay? And Saitama didn't even bleed, broken bones, nothing. He just got hit, and that's it, and ate it, and then grew so strong to where he just completely surpassed him. So, you know what I mean? He's taking hits from someone that's even way stronger, and obviously we all know if you're way more powerful, especially double the power, you should be shitting on that person, right? Or killing them instantly, right? It didn't happen. So, just saying, so, but anyways, let's get back into it.
Did overpower Goku, so what's the issue? Well, we need to get into how strong Saitama actually is now for me to explain why, and I'm more so just getting this he grows stronger for everything out of the way in advance.
Nah, you can't.
Last time we went over how strong Saitama was, his main...
I'm gonna tell you right now, if Seth doesn't figure out a way to come up with something else, because I really thought he was gonna come up with something else, and because Seth is he's an incredible debater. He's really smart. I mean, he's good at making arguments, etc. But there are like key moments that I've realized with him to where if he loves a character so much or he loves a certain subject so much, he'll start getting in denial about things where the evidence is literally right there in front of him and he just doesn't even want to accept it and still think otherwise and say, no, it doesn't work like that, and then just keep explaining why his arguments matter more. And that's ignorant. You can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't work like that. All because I love Batman and think he's my favorite DC hero, and then Spider-Man's my favorite Marvel. All because I love those two characters, it is not fair remotely at all for me to just straight up be like, oh, they can beat anybody, you know what I mean? Or they're in, whatever, because I love them so much. Like, no, like, you have to be humble, you have to apply integrity with yourself. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's being dishonest or being, whatever, or that's who he is, but, like, there's certain moments I've realized, whether if it comes to certain characters in Naruto, or if it even comes to, Dragon Ball, you know what I mean, or Goku, to where he just, like, he just doesn't give a fuck. He just says, nope, not true, and just says all his other stuff, you know what I mean? So, and that doesn't work for you. You can't do that, you know what I mean? Like, that's not how that works. If you were to have that same mentality in a fucking courtroom, good luck.
Form of grounded scaling based on feats actually performed in this series was centered around Lord Boros. To remind you, Boros was capable of launching Saitama at the moon at the speed of light or faster, and was capable of either A, blasting the surface off the planet using the webcomic statements with his full power, B, capable of destroying the planet using the anime statements, or confirmation from the data books and One Punch Man Blu-ray's Compass Guide, or C, capable of destroying entire stars, as based on or implied by, once again, the compass. Which, while it uses the same word for Boros' power in the Raws as planet or star, Hoshi, it says that Boros in base form can destroy planets as well, so the translator made his limit broken form translate to star, as he should probably be stronger or do something different than his base form. With these current chapters of One Punch Man, Boros being able to destroy stars no longer seems like the higher ball interpretation, and even when Saitama could one-shot that attack anyway with a serious punch. Cosmic Fear Garo was capable of manifesting Saitama's strength, and thus able to trade serious blows with an arguably bloodlusted Saitama and beyond his normal full powers. During these clashes, Bang has to get help from interdimensional fighters to transport the results of their clash far into space, or else the Earth would have been vaporized.
He's kind of just spitting about, like,
making
you know,
a massive
feats
cluster
from
where these
Saitama.
millions of stars in the background seem to vanish, making even the harshest skeptics now on board with Saitama being able to either obliterate many solar systems to possibly multiple galaxies, depending on who you ask. With the added punch of Garo, there are some detractors for this, claiming that he only obliterated the light of the stars, and the stars were shown unharmed in later panels, and blah blah blah. But for this video, I don't want to seem like I'm trying to downplay Saitama or try to...
Yeah, I'm about to say, that's a huge downplay. That's being really weird.
For this video, we'll be granting him
Pulling
that
the noodles.
feat in full, no matter how debatable some may think it is. So, not only does Saitama possibly obliterate tons of solar systems...
And the reason why that's weird to even say that, oh, he just kind of pushed away the light to where you can't see it or whatever, like, you gotta remember, the fact that you could even do a punch that gives you enough power and force, you know what I mean, to either completely destroy multiple, like, just thousands, who knows, like, crazy amount of galaxies all in one go where they're just gone, or better yet, even if it was just he just moved those galaxies so far away to where you can't even see the light. You know how fucking far you have to fucking make galaxies? Or you know, stars? You know what I mean? Like actual suns? You know how much power you need to actually make that, like, be, like, crazy far away to where you can't see it? Like, guys, you can look outside at nighttime and see a lot of stars, right? Those stars are crazy far away. Like, ridiculous fucking distances, okay? If you don't believe me, Google how far the stars can be that you look at at nighttime, okay, that are in space. The fact that he can even remotely just even push them so far with his power and force, you know what I mean, like that, where you can't even see them, is insane. You know what I mean? Like, even if you don't believe he didn't destroy all those. Obviously, he definitely destroyed some in the process, any of them that were closer. But let's say, you know, it's in an even farther distance, whatever, and you just want to argue, oh, you just can't see it now because it was just pushed so far. That's still a crazy-ass feat. Like, you're talking about the fucking universe, bro. Like, you know, a portion of it. Like, that's crazy. So, that's just me. But, you know, so if you're really going to be salty and try to downplay that, like, that's really weird. You know what I mean? Because then, you know, I haven't seen it yet, but I have seen certain people talk about it and show the evidence as well, where it's during the Blue Saga where it's showing Boo, like, destroying galaxies or, you know, or making it disappear. What, are you just going to argue that he didn't destroy it and he just made the light go away or pushed it all away? It's like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, that's so weird, you know? So, we can't have the mentality of accepting everything in Dragon Ball, but then if it's another anime, oh, hell no. Even though it's right in front of our eyes, no, there's no way. He just pushed the light away or what. Come on. You know what I mean? That's just being, you know,
many galaxies.
that's being ridiculous.
But he then grows many times stronger.
But at least he didn't go that route. At least he's like, all right, let's just give him the doubt. So let's see where he goes with this now.
After this, meaning not only does he eventually gain the ability to easily do this feat on his own, even without Garo, but the ability to do many times more than this on his own.
Yeah, he gets even more powerful.
This is very impressive, getting Saitama finally some empirical weight to his abilities outside of speculation that can finally really be compared to other fictional series.
Which I'm glad when they showed this, because I can't even imagine how many salty people there were when they saw, because there were so many people saying that, oh, Saitama's only planetary, blah, 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 yada, yada, you know, or since he doesn't have any feats, you know, this way he's trash or weak or you can't, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Even though there was way more content to support that he's more than likely not what they're saying and yada, yada, but either way, like, it was just, they were all just pure ignorance, you know what I mean? And then all this comes out and now they're like, fuck, you know what I mean? And now everyone's like, told you so, fuck you. Yeah, I know damn well all the Saitama fans are like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, fuck all of you. How does it feel? Does it feel wrong?
Especially since this is confirmed Saitama's maximum, and if anything, beyond his maximum. If you were to throw this Saitama in, say, the Dragon Ball Cell games, you would more than likely...
And another thing, too, guys, if I had to say who wins, my money's on Goku, by the way. I love Dragon Ball way more. Who doesn't? You know what I mean? Like, and Goku, he's awesome. Goku's fucking Goku. You know what I mean? If I really had to pick who wins, I'm going to say that more because I just love the character more. and then, go obviously the route that other people do to make arguments for Goku, etc. But at the end of the day, if I will be humble and I will apply integrity, okay, and equity for both characters, and I'm not going to just be in denial or be ignorant of arguments that you can do for Saitama to be Goku, because the evidence is there and it is available and it is said. You know what I mean? So it's just, it is what it is, So, but another thing as well, if I had to choose who to argue for, like in a debate, I might actually go with Saitama, because I feel like he has more concrete, like, stated, canon evidence of just how he operates and what he can do. And it's like, if he can do all that, what does Goku do? You know what I mean? Like, it's not fair. It's like fighting someone that can't die, basically, and whatever your power level is, he just surpasses it immediately. Like, that's not fair. Like, it's kind of bullshit. You know what I mean? You guys got to remember, like, Saitama, he always surpasses whoever, even if they're stronger than him, and gets more powerful than them, like a million times over, or he just completely shits on them in one-shots, while Goku has always struggled. Always. You know what I mean? Like, he's always looking for strong opponents, and he eventually finds those challenges, you know what I mean? And he either loses or he wins, and then that's how he gets stronger and stronger. You know what I mean? While Saitama is always winning. Never, his whole goal is to find someone that can finally give him the fight that he needs. Then he finally finds it with, Boros and then Cosmic, whatever that other dude is, and just shits on him, because he just instantly grows more powerful. Like, it's not fair. You know what I mean? Like, Goku is not doing that shit, you know what I mean? But Saitama is. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying, So if I had to pick who to debate for, definitely Saitama. But if I wanted to say who I think would win, like overall, if I was like maybe making a video or whatever, I'd probably lean more towards Goku, because it's fucking Goku, bro. You know what I mean? Like, so, but that's just me, honestly. But anyways, let's continue.
Easily blow that whole tournament away with ease. Well, not accounting maybe for speed, but we'll get into that soon. Cell, a being who could vaporize and blow away solar systems, and made some beings think he was going to destroy potentially the whole universe in some translations. Now, while this is probably over time, you would be very surprised at how some people think Cell could actually destroy the universe in one attack, with statements of him having infinite power and so on even being stated. And I think it's pretty safe to say Saitama is stronger than Cell for the most part. From there, even in the next saga, the Buu saga, we don't really see feats or statements on par with what Saitama did really until the ending of the Fusion saga, or if you use the anime version of the Buu saga, where we see Majin Buu ripping apart galaxies.
Yeah,
and where
that's what I was talking about earlier.
People debate if Kid Buu could have destroyed the whole universe very quickly. Goku calls it a poof. In the anime canon, which yes, the anime is canon, we see Vegito, the fusion of Goku and Vegeta, fight against Majin Buu.
Careful, Seth. Careful. Then you're going to have Noodles or other people come in like,
it's not canon. It's not canon.
you know what I mean? All kinds of fucking bullshit. Careful.
Buu with Ultimate Gohan.
I'll never understand why there's actually people out there that want to fucking always just bitch and cry and say that the anime is not canon. It's so fucking ignorant, dude.
And while enraged, Majin Buu Ultimate Gohan Absorb screamed so hard that it sent shockwaves that begun to rip apart the entire living universe, and spread across the whole universe, and then crush said universe with alternate dimensions. Yeah, just by yelling really hard. As an example, Super Buu and Gotenks, who are
almost crazy
to Cell, screaming as hard as they could only open a small portal between dimensions. And here is Buon doing that on a scale as large as the entire universe. And then you can begin to see why Saitama's new feats start to look a little bit smaller and more questionable. Buhan harnesses this universe-destroying power when he calms down later, and Vegito still bullies him with zero difficulty. Then with Battle of Gods, Super Saiyan God Goku then surpasses even a hypothetical Super Saiyan 3, 8 times stronger, time-skip Vegito, with him, and then a heavily suppressed God of Destruction Clashing Fist, then going to annihilate not just the universe, but a massive macrocosm stated to be infinite in size multiple times. with the macrocosm consisting of a planet as big as the universe, within a sky so big that heaven vanishes. That's right, the macrocosm of Dragon Ball, at least Universe 7, is so big a possible infinite universe can fit inside of it, and be so small compared to the entire thing, it actually...
One thing you guys gotta also understand, and this can be applied for anything, Dragon Ball, Saitama, you name it, remember, you always have to look at the context. Always look at the context. Otherwise, people can misconstrue or over-exaggerate things and exploit certain either statements or etc. or evidence and just make it something that it's obviously not. It happens all the time. There's plenty of people that are prime examples of that. What I mean by this is, whenever it comes to the word infinite, there's technically two definitions. There's one word meaning just endless, literally infinite, you know what I mean? It can be any level of power that needs to be, omnipotent, whatever, okay? And then you have the second definition, which just means very, very large, you know what I mean? Or vast, or really, big, okay, basically. And there's two separate definitions for infinite. You know what I mean? So meaning two versions of it. And if there's not a way for it to specify what it's meaning with what definition it's implying for whatever's going on, then it's kind of hard to know what you're really working with, you know what I mean? Because obviously if it's the actual definition of infinite, meaning that'd be endless, meaning that, you know what I mean, like technically it couldn't be destroyed, if that makes sense, because even if you were infinite, maybe I would say it would just be forever, like it would never end, you know what I mean, like like there's no way. So obviously this should all be being implied that there's clearly a limit. It's just very, very large, very vast, you know what I mean. That's the one thing that would make sense, at least to my opinion, and especially if I were to analyze the context behind Dragon Ball or any other animes that ever have things like that, then there you go. But if there is context to say that it does go on forever or purely infinite, there's no boundaries, whatever limitation, then there you go. You know what I mean? That's it, and that alone is just insane. You know what I mean? So
vanishes when compared to the full thing, with Goku and Beerus then clashing fist, just like full power Saitama and Garo, but instead of making some stars disappear, they make every star disappear, all of time-space disappear, and multiple universe-sized bodies disappear, as the entire macrocosm, as stated by the narrator, would become nothing. And this would include infinity as well, as it is infinite in size. Considering, of course, we are not just saying limitless or infinite just mean very great, as obviously One Punch Man fans like to interpret infinity and limitless and those types of terms as true infinity, so we might as well just take Goku's infinity and stretch it to the utmost, right? And of course, all of these things Goku and Beerus does are not at full power. This is all common knowledge, but it is not really nailed into people's heads enough, and I don't think if they think what Saitama did is even comparable. From here, the next argument is that Saitama can grow stronger, so eventually he'd just reach Goku's level. Not only is this feat already on a level of infinity and beyond on some Buzz Lightyear already, but people underestimate how much stronger Goku actually is than this. This is the start of Dragon Ball Super, and I don't think you can really even fathom the difference between the start and the end of Super in terms of strength. In the anime, Goku absorbs all of those massively beyond universal feats or infinite feats from Super Saiyan God, and he could basically now just do them in his normal state, being able to then multiply that power by over 400 times with Super Saiyan 3 using Super Exciting God and so on, which is actually a low ball, and then multiply further beyond that by over 50 times with Super Saiyan Blue to over 20,000 times, completely ignoring Super Saiyan God's multiplier, which was shown in Battle of Gods, even lowballing and ignoring all the training he goes throughout the whole series and so on. He can then stack Kaioken times 10 on top of that and get over 200,000 times stronger. Then in Goku vs. Hit 2, he surpasses Kaioken times 10 in his normal blue state, meaning he can grow over 2 million times stronger if he used Kaioken times 10 by that point. Then by the Tournament of Power, he can use Kaioken times 20 and go to 4 million times stronger than Battle of Gods. And then in the Tournament of Power alone, he grows thousands of times, if not hundreds of thousands of times stronger, which I prove just in this video here, as well as this possible video as well if you're interested. Then eventually possibly getting another thousands of times amps with his Mastered Ultra Instinct, which can shake infinity, possibly surpasses fusion, and so on and so on. I hate to say this,
like
but
this man, Goku just gets crazy strong, dude. Like this man just reaches crazy levels of fucking power, dude. Just stacked and multiplied and multiplied and multiplied, and it's just more and more. Like, Goku's insane, dude.
Tama would be lucky if his anger amp even let him compare with angry Majin Buu, let alone Ultra Instinct Goku from the end of Dragon Ball Super. People really don't understand the difference, and some will argue that Goku will feel Saitama's power increasing and just let him keep getting stronger and stronger. However, we don't actually know how long Saitama can keep growing. The difference between his growth and other characters' growth is small, and as we see in Dragon Ball Super with Caulifla, Kefla, or Broly, and many others, Goku only lets this go on for so long. And if we're in character, Saitama's battle increase is mainly due to his insane emotions over Genos potentially dying. Meaning in character, he wouldn't even get this much stronger anyway. So if you're taking Saitama and Goku out of character, Saitama would never grow stronger to begin with. On top of the growing stronger argument not working for the most part, and actually just being headcanon, as we don't even know the real increase outside of just a few times from one fight. From here, people will desperately claim that Saitama can interact with hyperspace portals that Garo can create. Hyperspace, which I pointed out on a stream when this chapter first came out, meaning more than one dimension. Now, while Goku actually has many arguments for being higher dimensional already, such as the afterlife of Dragon Ball possibly being higher dimensional or whatever, or even beings from early Z like Garlic Jr. being able to actually make hyperspace portals and interact with it in the depths.
I was listening, by the way, guys.
It's not needed. As Garo and Saitama agree, they already attack in 3 dimensions after this, and they are simply making a portal to go places rather than actually
with the fucking ads.
The Gillette.
Fuck you.
kicking around 4D space or something.
Move.
Of
Get.
course, 4D could also just mean 3 spatial dimensions and 1 temporal dimension, and if you make a portal out of these 4 dimensions, you can travel through it. Of course, this is what our actual universe would be comprised of, and you could just then simply argue they are simply kicking around the portal that helps lead to that space. Even then, hyperspace is a massive science fiction term that many use in place of just things that are able to travel faster than light, such as how ships in many science fiction shows can leap to hyperspace to travel. The ships doing this doesn't make them higher dimensional, nor was that ever the intent, nor is interacting or generating the ability to travel or connect to hyperspace make you that strong. Many series use the word hyperspace, including Dragon Ball, and we don't ever scale it like that for many, many reasons. Interacting with dimensional portals themselves is even something Naruto can do, and many other fictions, and we never give them that benefit or that credit for doing things of that caliber.
That's fair.
So in terms of power, no, it's probably not in Saitama's favor. But what about speed? This one is more interesting, as at the end of Saitama vs. Garo, they work together to imagine universes within themselves, and using Garo's unique makeup helps Saitama travel back in time to punch Garo before the fight even began. Of course, traveling back in time itself doesn't really mean anything, but some will claim that Saitama completely breaks the speed formula by doing so, reaching something we call immeasurable speed in the power scaling community, which is a level of speed beyond infinite speed, as speed is measured by speed equals distance divided by time. So if a character can freely move throughout time, then the speed formula wouldn't apply to them and makes them immeasurable. Both Goku and Saitama have arguments for this, with Saitama's being this time travel feat with Garo, and Goku's being fighting hit while he is skipping into the future. With Goku, it's not totally implausible, but most don't agree with it, and even if it was accepted, it would be a very low and not completely abusable level of immeasurable speed. Say someone like Superman, who could sort of freely just go back in time when zooming around. However, even that is argued about. Example being, does making you go at the speed of light warp time and space and let you travel through time, etc., which gives you sort of a mock immeasurable speed. Not saying Superman only does this because of light speed, but these are just examples that people bring up for many other characters. Saitama's has a much weaker argument than any of them, though, as he is clearly linking and being assisted by a being connected to the flow of the universe itself to jump through time, not just running so fast he so happens to. This would be a time travel technique, not a level of speed, and this creates a strange argument. What if Saitama, for whatever reason, decided he couldn't beat Goku in a fight, but absolutely wanted to, Could he simply travel backward in time and maybe just beat up Kid Goku or something? No, because Kid Goku's a gag character. But anyway, no, I'm joking. The only reason this is contentious is because of the way time manipulation and travel work in the Dragon Ball universe. Not only is the Dragon Ball universe potentially beyond infinitely larger than the known One Punch Man universe, but it also has many different rules, with traveling backward in time not affecting characters in the current time, but rather just creating a new timeline with only select techniques like Whis' ability making exceptions. Even then, many characters seem to have resistance to time, such as when Jiren is stated to be stronger than time against hit, and Goku seeming to be able to overpower the concept as well even much earlier, possibly implying that the manipulation of the flow of time won't actually affect these top fighters where they are at maximum capacity, making it even more contentious. If Saitama could even somehow connect and manipulate the Dragon Ball universe, or whatever empty void they are in anyway, as of course Garo was connected with God and the flow of his universe, but in the Dragon Ball universe, or an empty neutral void, there is no void or Dragon Ball God to help Saitama or Garo understand the flow of the universe, if they even could. All in all, Saitama's current feats are either too weak or still really too debatable to say he'd ever really 100% slam Goku.
Okay.
You have to rely on him being a
That's fair. At least he was being humble there. He wasn't just saying all this. So meaning, therefore, there's absolutely no way about it. Like, he was at least saying that it's still contentious. You know what I mean? That you could still debate it, you could argue it. And I absolutely agree with that. Absolutely. There's not a problem with that. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong. I would, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't say, you know what I mean, it's 100% in favor of Saitama, you know, or 100% in favor of Goku. You know, we could be wrong. I mean, you don't know. You know what I mean? If I had to pick one, Goku, because I just like that more. But if I had to debate one, Saitama. That's simple, you know? So, and that's really what you're working with. So at least he comes out with that, you know what I mean? And that's fair. That's great, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. And it is what it is. So, but let's finish out this video. We're almost done.
A character, or maybe argue he's beyond a lot of concepts, and trying to argue one-shot's all a fiction and things like that. Really, you can't really rely too much on feats. But I really just want to ask, when you saw Saitama bloodlusted against Garo and going full power, did that feel like a gag to you? Do you think that was made to make you laugh? Like, was that comparable to Eddie from Ed, Edd and Eddy just kind of accidentally grabbing the sun and eating it like a potato chip? Or Arale punching Earth, then breaking it, only for it to come back together like nothing happened in the next frame? Or for her to pop Jupiter like a balloon? And I really gotta ask, what's more gag-like? Sneezing on Jupiter and blowing its gases around, or literally popping Jupiter like a balloon, which doesn't even make sense? Is Saitama punching Garo at full power and destroying a lot of stars somehow a really funny gag, or comparable to SpongeBob just sort of ripping apart and destroying reality on accident when he pulled on a string for too long? Or how about when Kid Goku shattered the literal manga's paneling with Yamcha's face? Or what about when Peter Griffin put two metal detectors together and time traveled to when the universe didn't even exist? Was Garo and Saitama's time travel combo funnier, or a bigger gag than Peter Griffin doing that? Probably not. Well, at least not in the funny department for normal reasons. But One Punch Man is a funny series in a serious world.
Yeah, One Punch Man definitely has a lot of comedy value, but it does have the serious moments as well. It does. It's not just nothing but comedy or just purely gag. You know what I mean? And especially the more that comes out and the more you see, you eventually realize that he's not a gag character. That eventually he does have his limits, etc. You know, and it's just purely obvious. So I definitely do agree with Seth there. Unless, like, when he fights against God, it finally reveals once and for all that it's all been an act, and that he just one-shots God, and he's like, I still have not found anyone to give me a fight or anything, whatever, like, this sucks. Then at that point, like, yeah, then sure, he's fucking gag. You know what I mean? Like, unless it blatantly, like, unless the writer just does, like, a plot twist and just says, fuck it, he's a gag character, omnipotent, you know, whatever. And, you know, there you go. But I don't even think that's going to happen. I'm pretty sure the last final arc for One Punch Man is going to give a lot of crazy shit. A lot of things are going to go down. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be epic. Saitama's more likely finally going to be finding people that can finally give him a fight that he wants, you know, and then persevere and whatever. Who knows what happens? I think it's going to more than likely go that route, but who knows? Who knows? We don't know still. We still got to wait, and we will find out eventually.
And I stand by that even today. I'd say at the moment that the current argument is if Saitama can beat Dragon Ball Z, such as the Buu Saga. I also think other debates that are really interesting is Saitama versus One Piece, Bleach, Naruto, and all of those. I'm curious what you guys think. Do you think he just stomps all of those more newer shonen series? But unfortunately, he's not quite at the absurd level or the higher level of Dragon Ball Super characters of strength quite yet. But maybe in that final God encounter, he'll reach it or even surpass it. Now, please stop making posts saying I'm ignoring the topic and get off my nuts.
Deadass, like, hop off his fucking dick, bro. Like, it's not that serious. It really is not. It was a good video. Good video. He never disappoints. At the end of the day, Seth never fucking disappoints. He's always able to deliver and come out with some pretty good, you know, arguments and different perspectives and really just kind of, you know, at the end of the day, make you feel conflicted or better yet, even second guess yourself. You know, she's just good with that. You know, it is what it is. You got to acknowledge talent when it's there. So basically, overall thoughts during like the beginning and middle, I was like, you know what I mean? Like, no, that's ignorant, whatever, blah, blah, yada, yada. But then as it kept progressing, going a little further, and him getting more in depth with things, and then really explaining, and then coming down with the big boy arguments, then I was like, oh, okay, I see what you're getting at. I'm feeling you, I'm hearing you, you know what I mean? Okay, those are some good points, yada, yada. So overall, like, good video, great, it's really good. You know what I mean? And that's what I wanted. I want you guys to be confused. I want you guys to still be like, who is really taking this fight? You know what I mean? Out of these 3 videos that we just saw in order, you know what I mean? From the pointless debate video to the Saitama W video and then to the Goku W video, basically. Who's really winning this? God, I want to know. You know what I mean? That was what I wanted. At first I was getting a little worried. I'm like, yo, if Seth doesn't change it up or come up with some other arguments or something or whatever, then I believe Saitama does win. You know, from at least everything we're seeing so far. But great video. Since this is obviously towards the end, you guys let me know who you really think takes it as of now. Who are you leaning towards? Goku or Saitama? Let me know. Let me know down in the comments down below. Like the video if you guys enjoy the video. You know, and as always, subscribe for more content. Subscribe you guys on the channel. And see you in the next video. Peace.